Hello guys! My name is Precious May, and I really wanted to become a pharmacist because I want to help a person or a patient to eliminate their illnesses. Therefore, this school year I wanted to study a pharmacist. But did you all know what is pharmacy? If you didn't know, just watch this video to understand the role of pharmacists in medical field.
I enjoy helping people get well.
I'm a patient's go-to when it comes to medication counseling.
I'm an important member of the healthcare team.
I'm a pharmacist, and you can be one too.
Mixing together chemistry, biology, and mathematics, pharmacy is an exciting and growing career in healthcare.
As medication experts, pharmacists can work in many healthcare settings, including community pharmacies, outpatient clinics, and hospitals, to name a few.
Pharmacists play an integral role in team-based healthcare delivery, working alongside doctors and other healthcare professionals.
As a pharmacist, you are one of the most available healthcare professionals to a patient. Pharmacists are available for patients to advise them on any over-the-counter or prescribed medication at all times during the week, and even without an appointment.
Pharmacists are also licensed to provide immunizations nationwide here in the United States, and may additionally provide services and consultation for diabetes disease management, asthma care, and cholesterol screening, among many more.
So how does one become a pharmacist?
After fulfilling the undergraduate requirements, you can expect to earn your doctorate of pharmacy degree in just 4 years.
If you choose to undergo specialized training, there are opportunities to complete a 1 to 2 year residency or fellowship, but these aren't required. And most graduates from pharmacy school who pass their boards are able to begin practicing as pharmacists right after graduating.
I think pharmacy offers this kind of perfect balance of specialty, that you are the expert on medications. You are able to have continuing relationships with patients, as well as really great work-life integration. So many pharmacists are able to, have families, are able to travel, are able to, have full-time careers and make an impact working with other healthcare professionals, kind of in their area of expertise.
So I think pharmacy is great for someone that wants to get into healthcare, is interested in the science field, and wants to help people.
The number one reason is because you have work-life balance. You, depending on where you work, you can have a 9-to-5 job. You are respected within the health profession community. You can make direct impacts. You can get very involved and even, have meetings with the legislators and start, initiating change in pharmacy laws and healthcare here in the United States. I like the fact that you develop relationships with your patients and you get to see them, and receiving news of a disease is something that can be very harsh. Like, diabetes is not an easy condition, and being that support for your patients, that safety net, making them feel like they're gonna be okay, they're gonna be safe, educating them on what to expect from their disease, and being readily available for them whenever they need you or they have a question. We are more accessible than other providers, and I think that we can make a direct impact in our community no matter where we are. So yeah, I think that's basically why I chose to be a pharmacist, is work-life balance, having this, ongoing relationships with your patients, being respected within the health profession community, and just making a change.
So now, you all know my desired course. Hence, I will tackle to you a company that's suitable in my pharmacy course, where I can show my skills and knowledge about studying pharmacy.
Johnson & Johnson is a company with many products and brands that's been around for 128 years. What's ahead for the next century?
We believe in a diversified model.
That strategy isn't going away. The company also has its eye on emerging markets.
The growth that we have seen in Asia lately, especially in 2013, was impressive.
New global standards are also a priority.
We basically took a pause and said we're going to go to every single plant and make sure that we understand what we need to do to have consistent, appropriate standards.
And the more than a century-old company is taking a page from Silicon Valley.
It is bright people, good ideas, giving them the space to operate.
We're doing the innovation that will fuel their pipeline 10 and 15 years from now.
Historical background of the business.
Johnson & Johnson was founded by three brothers in a small shop in New Brunswick, New Jersey, 128 years ago. First product, making patches that deliver medicines directly to the skin. 1894 saw the introduction of Johnson's baby powder. Last year, some 22 million containers were sold. In 1920, a J&J employee invented a novel product for his wife when she burned herself while cooking. Today, over 2 billion Band-Aid adhesive bandages are sold in the U.S. That's at least 6 for every man, woman, and child in the country. J&J is the world's biggest healthcare products company. 275 businesses in 60 countries, with 1 billion people globally using J&J items every day. Its Remicade anti-inflammatory medication was one of the world's top 10 selling drugs in fiscal 2013, generating $6.7 billion in sales. More than half the company's revenues come from outside the U.S., and that's growing, where J&J offers green tea Listerine for consumers in China and Malaysia. In 1898, J&J received the first patent to produce dental floss. Last year, the company sold enough in the U.S. to wrap the earth 30 times.
Description of products.
I've seen you kind of referred to as the fixer. Or Ms. Fix-It. Are you? Are you?
Am I? I like to fix things. What can I say? I do like to fix things.
Sandy Peterson came to Johnson & Johnson with a reputation for fixing things at other companies, and at J&J there was plenty to fix, including massive global recalls between 2009 and 2012. There was also a government takeover of 3 Tylenol plants and billions of dollars in payments to resolve lawsuits. Some investors say J&J may have focused on profit margins at the expense of product safety.
Absolutely, they got hungry for profits. I mean, they like the fact that they've consistently grown over the years, and every once in a while when people are seeking that or rewarded for that, they stretch a little bit.
Most of the recalls happened before Peterson came on board in 2012.
Coming in, how much did you know, and what did you think initially about whether or not they could tackle all of the recalls, the manufacturing problems, and so on, the lawsuits?
It was fixable. It would take time, but it was very fixable.
Part of what needed to be fixed, dealing with a company that included some 250 businesses that some say was too big to manage.
It's a gigantic company. The scale of the recalls were really unprecedented in the company's history. They're really unprecedented for any sort of globally dominant franchise like that.
We had become a much larger, more complicated company with many, many more businesses, which, you know, it was a wonderful thing, but we really needed to say, how do we actually manage this much larger enterprise in a different way going forward?
The new way forward began in 2010 when J&J began streamlining operations and putting in uniform quality control standards around the globe.
We didn't necessarily have the same consistent standards everywhere in every plant around the world, partly because different countries have different standards, different industries had different standards. And so when we had all these challenges, we basically took a pause and said we're going to go to every single plant and make sure that we understand what we need to do to have consistent, appropriate standards in all of these plants. So we didn't have an integrated system. Now we do.
So that's the big change.
That's the biggest change that we made.
So it wasn't like you knocked down a ton of factories or had to buy a lot of new technology to kind of get up to snuff, if you will. That's not what it was all about.
No, it was not about that at all.
Organizational structure. Company rules and regulations. simplification of process and procedure across our businesses, focus applicability to the intended audience, traceability to requirements, and flexibility to enable innovation within the organization. These are the key elements that make our quality management system customer-centric, provide continuous improvement, and incorporate quality.
A little conservative, Alex?
Well, what we try to do is, number one, make sure that we're always trying to do what's best for patients. Number two, we always try to present our results in a very fact-based way. And, we can't predict how the market's going to respond, but we know that if we stay focused on the long term, if we stay focused on our key strategies, that we're going to have success.
Quality assurance. Quality professionals across our companies help ensure that the products we deliver meet the highest possible levels of quality, safety, and consistency. While quality is everyone's responsibility, our quality professional partner with manufacturing, supply chain, and research and development teams to drive continuous improvement to our process, system, and products. And that's all. I hope this video becomes informative about pharmacies. Again, my name is Precious May Alcorcon from Grade 12 Sapphire. Thank you for watching.